Hello everyone, so today we are going to review Experiments in Consciousness, and I will tell you this is one of the prettiest books that I've seen in a while, because just look at it, each and every page, the images, the color combination, it's all very beautiful. See. Okay, so there is more to this that we are going to talk about in today's video. So let's get started. The paper quality is just awesome, and I have to tell you that the color combination is just superb. Along with it, if we talk about the pictures, the amount of effort they have put in the presentation of the book, I have to say it, when I got my hands on it, I was simply mesmerized to look at all these pages. I mean, you can see it for yourself, it's just beautiful. I think it just gets the reader even more engaged towards the text, and something that I think which enhances the user experience, the reader's experience. So this is quite amazing. Each and every artwork, it's very creative, and I mean, you will be liking this book if you are somebody who is interested in colorful books, because I have always wanted books to be colorful, because I just don't know why they are printed in a very dull way, but you can see it's very colorful and it's beautiful. This book is something that is going to help you understand how our brain works, because I think for the people who are interested in such topics, who want to know how the brain works, for those people, for those group of people, this is the book which is going to tell you how you process your own emotion, how do you think about different things that happen in your life, about your experiences, how do we make patterns over the years. Like, in our entire span of life, we constantly learn and unlearn things. So it is important to understand how our brain functions, so that we can sail through different spheres of life very smoothly. And this book is very helpful, it's very insightful in understanding how our conscious works. So and one of the best things that I liked about this book is how it has connected it to mythology, and I'll go deep into that. But for now, I'll just say in one line that this is for everyone who is interested in knowing how the brain functions. This book is something that digs deep in each of the stories or experiences that the author had in his life, and it's not very superficial knowledge. The author likes to dive deep into the mythology and science behind it, and that is something which I found very interesting, and that kept me going throughout the book. If you're wondering how this book can make a difference in your life, then I can help you out. I can answer that for you, because I have read this book and I felt like we have so many things in our life. We have our career, we have a family, we have relationships, and it's very tough to manage everything. And knowing yourself a little better helps you to become a better person, and also makes everyone around you happy. So this is something that is going to help you sail smoothly through all the spheres of your life, because you are going to be more connected to yourself. And I think that's what we want at the end of the day, because the more we know ourselves, the more we are going to have healthier connections with the people around us. There is a saying that a little knowledge of science makes a man atheist, while a brief knowledge or a deep study of science makes a man believe in God. And we can say the author has justified this, because there is an entire section in the book which is under the name Physical Reality. Let me show you that. This particular section, Physical Reality, where the author talks about different topics like strings and atoms, black hole, and there is gravity and time. All these terminologies are also backed up with mythological stories, and that was the most interesting part of this book, because it was amazing to see such we can say grounded reality desi experience for every Indian reader, because this is something that we lack in a lot of books. So kudos for that to the author, because I think that was a lot of hard work. So there are different sections. There is also a lot of emphasis that the author has given on meditation and how it benefits. Throughout the book, the author has shared his own experience, and that is what makes the text more, we can say, relatable to us, because we all might have faced certain sort of experiences which we might have not realized at that particular time, but when you read it in the book, you kind of feel that it becomes a lot more relatable for you. In case you are a reader who is not familiar with the, we can say, the mythological terms, like even the deities in the Hindu deities that are there in the book, which are mentioned, like Lord Shiva and Hanuman. So all these deities, or any of those jargon terms for you, can be easily sought out with the help of this glossary, which is given at the back of the book. It kind of helps you to flow through the book very easily, because I understand that you might come from a different background and you want to read this book. So it's also very, you can say, reader friendly, so that anyone who has zero knowledge even about the mythology of India can easily go through this book and read it. And I have to talk about this particular section of the book, which is rediscovering the ancient world, ancient wisdom, I'm sorry. So this particular section of the book is something which is, in a way, it's showing the Hindu deities in a different light. Like it has shown Hanumanji as the first Superman. So that particular section is also very interesting to see all these deities that we have heard so many stories since our childhood, to see them in a different light. It's extremely interesting. Also, just look at this artwork. This artwork is just gorgeous. It's just amazing. I mean, when I first glanced over it, it was, I completely was like stuck. So this particular artwork is pretty brilliant. If you see everything, every minute detail of this artwork is just amazing. There were certain alien topics for me in this book, which were especially in the astral world section, which I had very little knowledge on, or it was sometimes, at times, it was just something that I never even heard of. Such kind of topics were also there in the book, but I was easily able to read it. And to tell you that a few of the topics, like near-death experience and all these things, if you are interested in reading things like that, then you should definitely pick up this book, because there are so many incidences, there are so many topics which touch such sort of cases or such sort of experiences, which you are going to find really amazing. And the book also talks about the astral world, the unconscious dream state, and there are different stories which are there in the book regarding each of these experiences, each of these topics. One of the things that I noticed in this book is the color combination that they have used for each and every section. Like for the section of emotions, talking about your perspective and all these things, they've used a pink color, very pretty pink color. And for other topics where they talk about energy, chakra, and other things, they have used orange color. For different stories, there is a blue tone of color. So all these things are very well thought, and these are the small things that add to the reader's experience. And this only made me go through the book in just 2 days. So I think a lot of credit is going to go to the author for that, rather than my speed in reading. If you want to look closely into the different artworks or other quotes or pictures from this book, then I'll be sharing a post on Instagram, and you can go and check my Instagram ID and can look at all these artworks there. So yeah, that's it. Future books in the series include 100 Steps to Nirvana, No Man's Land, A Realized Soul. So I'll be waiting for these books. And if you have read any such book, or if you have read this book, do comment down and tell me your experience while reading this book, or you have read any of the book that has made an impact in your life. Do share it with me. I would love to read such books or recommendations by you. I just forgot to show you one of the best artworks that I liked in this book, and this is just full of so much of positive energy. I'm going to show it to you. This looks so beautiful because just look at the detailing in the image. It's just amazing. Okay, that's it for the review, and I hope to see you in the next video. I have really enjoyed this book. Now it's your turn to read the book.